Hello and welcome. Get started, everybody. Got a few people strolling in a little bit here. Still at the studio. All right, let's start in seated position as you are. But sometimes they have us lay in the back. I think there's two more coming in, so just let them trickle in around you. I was thinking about, I got depressed this morning. I was scrolling through the Facebook and the social media channels. It just bumps me out. Yeah, I look at the stuff and I'm like, oh, come on, people. Let's just be in harmony with each other. Why is that so hard? But I got to thinking as I was reading, you find one that's kind of prickly. So then you read all the comments under it because you know it's going to be good with prickliness. And what does that say about me that I want to go dive into the shizzle and see what people are screaming at each other about? But I did that.
Just don't write anything.
Yeah, I just don't write anything. Oh, and it's
nice.
kind of like
somebody will be mean.
Right. Somebody will be mean if it's nice, and somebody will be even more mean if it's mean. It's kind of like gardening. Just resist the temptation right now, and just
Yeah.
And anyway, I got kind of bummed out just reading all of it because people were doing that. They were just man, you idiot, you fool, pull your head out of your ass, man. I'm like, ah. And I was reading the original post, which I think was probably meant to stir up that conversation. Although on first read, I didn't think so. But after seeing all the comments, you're good right there. I figured it was definitely a pot stirrer. And so I thought, everyone's screaming at each other on two sides of the fence, and you could feel no one was saying what the elephant in the room was really about, by the way, in this email or social media conversation, that no one really said what they were talking about. And it was kind of going around science. Whether science is real. Spirituality is the way. Science is real. And no one was saying that, though. They were using other platforms to say their piece. And I could, if you were half a wit about you, you could pick up what was trying to be said. And I thought, both sides want the same thing. Both sides want everybody to be happy and well and back together and hugging and in harmony with each other, and everybody in this argument. I'll just say who made the post. It was Marianne Williamson.
Oh, I thought you were going to say me.
No, it was a public figure. And the way, go look at it if you want to go down the rabbit hole. There's something like 200 comments. And I think this was on Instagram. I said Facebook, but I think she was on Instagram. Anyway, everybody goes off on it. And some people took it too far. And that just is not necessary and uncalled for, in my opinion. But some people were trying to keep it sattvic. That's a yogic term for imbalance and neutral and sweet. But then it just keeps going too far. But I was actually quite impressed with that ability to stay somewhat sattvic. But it was about science is real and spirituality is the way. I felt like that was the crux of the argument, even though it was never really said. And I thought, again, I'm going back to what I was saying, they both want the same thing. They want the earth to heal. They want the water to be clean. They want people to be able to hug each other without fear. You want to be able to travel and go places and do all the things and kind of resume where we left off pre-COVID in a sense of just personal freedoms, liberation, health, and wellness, all the things you want. And these arguments were flaring up in this thing. And I thought, if each side would just be a little more compassionate, this is where I'm going, compassionate with one another, it would be a bridge to understanding. Because they were screaming at each other about, it got to be name calling, that doctor doesn't know anything about anything, and this doctor is well versed in science and knows stuff, and this doctor is a blah blah blah, and this doctor is a blah blah, and censorship this, and corporate America is running that, and and it's like, if everybody would just listen to each other with compassion, then there would be, like, in the middle is the truth. In the middle of all this argument is the truth, and both sides were pretty much right. But no one's going to get to that because they have this dig. They're just stuck. Their heels are in and they are right, and F everybody else. So I wanted to encourage us to practice compassion, because I think compassion leads to understanding. And this is coming off of also a sensitive conversation that happened last week with me and another person about cultural appropriation. And if I would have been defensive, which is typically what happens when you're in your position, you think you're right, you know everything. And if I hadn't practiced compassion for this person who was bringing up an argument with me, I would have been defensive. I would have brought my, sword out, my shield up, and I would have been ready to chop heads. And in my mind, going into the argument, I'm like, I know I'm in the right way. That was what I told myself. I'm right. But I'll listen compassionately to this other person, mostly out of respect for a person's opinion. But I didn't think possibly that this person had a right opinion, because I was right. But I'll listen compassionately. Well, in the conversation, as it unfolded, I had some wrongs. I still had a lot of rights, but I had some wrongs. And I understood through this delicate unfolding, a compassionate conversation, mutually respectful to each other. It started out antagonistic. She brought her sword to me, but I didn't draw back. And that, I think, was key. Otherwise, it could have been ugly. And then we get to call out and cancel. F you. Well, I'm going to burn down your house. Okay. So we avoided that by making a choice. And then I could say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. And that, I was like Fonzie when I was saying it too. It's like, how hard is it to say sorry or I was wrong?
For posting the poem?
No. Oh, yeah. Right. And I didn't.
You were wrong for that?
I wasn't wrong for that. That's the part I was right about. But I did apologize for not giving more information about where I got the poem. And that would have diffused the situation immediately. There would have never been an argument if she understood from the beginning how I got that poem. So I had some things to learn. More information helps people understand. But compassion, I think, is the starting point. So next time you want to draw your sword, you're ready, want to punch. And I mean, I'm saying this metaphorically, or maybe you do want to punch. Sometimes you want to punch somebody. But, when you feel that surge rise and you're about ready to get defensive about something, switch to compassion just for a moment and see what happens. Just let me try to understand this. Let me empathize. Let me step into your shoes. Let me feel you. Because I keep saying to myself, what would Dalai Lama do? To me, he's one of the most compassionate beings out there. He's a good role model for what I'm trying to emulate for myself in my life. And he doesn't flare up, and he doesn't name call, and he doesn't do any of those things, and he just stays in a compassionate place, but he doesn't bend so that he's wishy-washy on his opinions and philosophies. He stays true to himself, but he listens. And maybe by being compassionate means listening to people more. Because when you hear something that you don't like, do you shut off your ears and you already start your argument in your head? Oh, what an idiot, blah, 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 blah. We start going in our head what we'd say to that, and we don't even hear the rest of what they're unfolding because we're already creating and formulating the argument in our head. So maybe just quiet the mind. Yoga. Everyone needs yoga. All right. Let's start with a little song, and this one is 4-piece. It's a healing song. It has lots of interpretations, but it was once explained to me that it brings peace into the ether. So I want to sing that one, and it's a bunch of syllables together. Rama, da, sa, and then another sa, and then say, so, hung. There's a lot of S's there at the end. Rama, da, sa, say, so, hung. Rama, da, sa, say, so, hung. Okay, we'll sing this through a few times. And as you're singing it, just imagine that you're creating this aura of peace all around your field. Creating a nice energy field of peace. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. And inhale to sing. Ramadasa se soham. 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 And an Om all together. Let's bring our hands to heart center if they're not already. Take a big breath in. Bowing our head in towards our heart. Take a moment to set an intention for your practice. Maybe it's to be a better listener or to practice more compassion, to better understand one another. Of course, you want it to be true to your heart. So whatever is needed today to help you on your path, let that become a little mantra, and we'll use it repeatedly throughout our practice. And then we'll slowly open our eyes and we'll come into tabletop position, all fours. And then just gently start to undulate the spine, moving into a cat-cow. So your inhale will look up, and your exhale will curl in. And you let that flow back and forth, getting our music on here. And then we'll begin to move our hips around in circles. So take a big wide sweep with your booty, like you're doing a hula hoop. And let yourself go in that same direction about 5 to 10 times, depending on how fast or slow you're moving. And then pause and shoot it the other direction, about the same amount of laps. And while you're sidewinding, you're also moving into your shoulder girdle. You're letting your side hips, your piriformis, QL, even your psoas deep inside gets a little more stretchy. Likes to unwind, even at midday. And then we'll come into neutral position. Curl your toes under, take your bum to the sky. We'll come into downward facing dog. And then nice deep bike pedals. Bending one knee, the other leg goes straight. And switch it out. Pressing that straightened out leg's heel towards the floor, maybe lingering and letting that calf open up, the back of the knee. And then switching, going the other side for a little longer hold. And then both heels towards the floor. Your chest presses back towards your thighs and the head really dangles.
Just shake out some yeses and nos. Make sure you're not holding any tension there in the neck and shoulders. Another breath in and a big breath out. And then we'll take our right leg up high to the sky and put a bend in the knee and swoop our knee around in circles, getting a little deeper into our hips. Again, about 5 to 10 laps before you switch directions. And then take the same amount of laps. And then we'll set that right foot down, take our left leg up, same thing, bend in the knee, swoop that knee in circles, 5 to 10 times each way. And then we'll bring that foot down and come back on down to our knees. Walk your hands back towards your knees and turn the fingertips towards you and stretch out the front of your wrists. Especially after we've had a long hold in down dog, this is nice for your carpal tunnel. Take another inhale and exhale. We'll turn our hands back around and curl our toes back under, bum to the sky, down dog. Now our right leg's gonna go up high again, and this time we're gonna bring a knee to nose tuck, squeeze in, go back up high, and then step it all the way up to the top of the mat, low lunge. Hands on either side of that right foot and straighten and bend the right leg. Lunging in and straightening out. And as your hip flexors and hamstrings open up, then begin to lunge a little deeper, letting the chin lift to the sky and letting the pelvic floor drop, and you hold and press through that back left heel. And then same, straighten out the right leg, square the hips, let the head dangle and hold just a little longer. Take a couple deeper passes like that, where you linger in it. Then the next time you're in the lunge, steady yourself in the low position and take a strong rise up into crescent lunge. Take your time to rise. Balance is challenging. You're on the ball of that back foot. So maybe get off the tightrope a little bit, heel toe a little wider if you'd like. Square your hips, right hip back, left hip forward. Reach up tall, soften the shoulders. Take a breath in, and then we're going to cactus our arms out, slight gaze up. Another breath in, and then T-shape, head drops back even more. Then interlace the hands behind low back, drop the wrist towards the floor, chin straight up if you can. Breathe in, breathe out. Release the hands back to the sky, slide them into heart center. Now if you need that left knee down, you can take it to the earth, but we're going to cycle around a little bit here. Reach up tall, straighten the right leg, and come back in. And reach around, pull through and down. So you straighten and bend that knee unless you took it to the floor, and then you can just do the arms. We're gathering some energy for the day and bringing it through central channel, gathering some positive vibrations, pulling it in. One more big swoop. Then pause and we'll take a twist. Left elbow to the outside edge of right knee. Again, you can take that left knee down. Hands to heart center. Take a breath in. If you're off the knee, press strong through that left heel straight back. And then wingspan, try that. Another inhale and exhale. Slow and steady, back around to the front. Reach up tall to the sky. Then exhale down to the ground. Step your right foot back to meet your left high plank. Full breath in and then lower down slow. Knees, chest, chin. We come on through and find our way to a cobra. Shoulders back, heart forward, breath in. Curl the toes under, up and back, down dog. A nice deep breathing here for 3 rounds. Pressing our heels towards the earth, chest towards the thighs. Take a breath in, breath out, and one more. Inhale and exhale. Now left leg goes up high. Reach it up and a knee to nose tuck. Bring it in. Back up high. Then it steps all the way up. Hands on either side of that left foot. And then little bend in the knee. These are a little less deep. You don't hold as long. It's just warming up the joints, warming up the fascia, connective tissue. And then as you feel yourself warming up, lunge a little deeper. Open the throat, chin to the sky, and hold it a little longer. And then straighten out, dangle the head, square the hips, hold that a little longer. And those deep passes, just a couple more times, lunging and looking up, and straightening out, squaring off. And one more. And then the next time that we come into the lunge, we steady ourselves low and take the strong rise up into crescent. And again, take your time, square off your hips, maybe widen your stance if you need to. Again, reach up tall to the sky and we cactus the arms one more time. Slight gaze up, then T-shape, a little more upward focus. Then interlace the hands, drop the wrists behind, chin straight up if you can. Breath in and breath out. Then reach back up to the sky, hands come into heart center. And now our flow is the reverse. So we straighten out and reach up and come all the way around. And we're scooping up and sharing some of the goodness that we gathered. Cultivating some internal love to spread out and around to everybody else. Compassion, abundance of compassion for every being. All the creatures, for the water, for the earth. That's what we all really want. And then we'll come into heart center. We take our twist, right elbow to the outside edge of left knee. Option to take right knee down. Hands to center line. Take a breath in. Push strong through that right heel. Maybe wingspan wide. Another inhale. And an exhale. Slow and steady. Around to the front, reach up tall. We're going to bring our right foot to meet our left foot for chair. Utkatasana. Booty down, arms up. Take a breath in and breath out. See if you can just burn off some of your defensiveness here. Let it drip off. It's hard for us to think about that because we don't want to ever be backed into a corner without our power. So we cultivate our defensiveness, but we've done too much of that. We're over defensive. Another breath in, and then come to standing, Samasthiti. Let yourself go internal and just be a witness of your whole energy field. What is your energy today? How are you on this planet? Where you're standing, you're the soul of that place. How's that energy field all around you? Are you coming from a place of compassion? Are you coming from a place of defensiveness? Take a breath in. Release the hands on the breath out. Wide sweep to the sky, all the way up. And a dive through center, all the way through a forward fold. Half lift. Flatten out the back. Exhale, back into the fold. Plant the hands, both feet go back, high plank. Breath in. Big breath out. Again, inhale and exhale. And we'll take one more. Breath in and breath out. Good job. Come on down to your knees. Take a rounded cat-cow. You should be in tabletop. Inhale, looks up. Exhale, curls in. Neutral spine, kick out that right foot to a 90-degree angle. You're on the ball of the foot. Left foot goes straight back to a 90-degree angle, like a warrior 2 foot. Then left hand peels up into the sky. So modified plank here. Variation of it. And now take that left hand overhead and float the left foot. Stretch through the fingertips, press through the heel. Take another inhale breath. And then a knee to elbow touch. Squeeze in and extend back out. And do that 2 more times. Exhale, squeezes in. Inhale, reaches out. And one more. Squeeze in. Reach out. Now hold the reach. Get as much length as you can. Then bend that left knee. Reach around with the left hand. Grab onto the ankle and bow back. Let your head drop back. Take another inhale. And an exhale. One more time. Breath in. Release it out the way you went into it. So hand overhead, kick through the heel. Come back around to tabletop. Bring in that right foot. Take a cat-cow. The inhale will look up. The exhale will curl in. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So we kick out that left foot, 90-degree angle. Right foot goes straight back, like a warrior 2 foot. Right hand to the sky and lean back just to get the heart open. Then we'll take that right hand forward and float the right foot. Press through the heel. 3 knee to elbow tucks. Bring it in on the exhale. Reach out on the inhale. 2 more times. Full extension. And then hold it all the way out. Take a breath in. Bend that right knee. Reach around, right hand grabs ankle. And bow back. Full inhale. Beautiful yogis. Exhale. 1 more. Breath in. Release it out the way you went into it. And then on into tabletop. Take another cat-cow. The inhale will look up. Exhale, curls in. Then we bum to sky. Down dog it. Pedal out your feet. Dangle your head. Chest towards the thighs. Full inhale. Big exhale. Now right leg's going to go back up to the sky. We're going to take that knee to nose tuck like we did before. Back up high, twisted dog. Move that knee around in circles. And then if you'd like, flip your dog. You don't have to. You can stay in 3-legged dog. Take a breath in. And then flip back around. Right leg goes up high and steps up to the top of the mat. The back foot goes warrior 2 and come on up. We sink into the lunge. Wings come out. Take a full breath in. Sink a little deeper. Feels good. Love warrior 2. Another inhale. And exhale. Now, ironically, this is en garde. That's what it means. Virabhadratu, en garde. Drawing our sword. Let this be en garde, our spiritual warrior for our own demons. Instead of slaying everybody else's, let's get our own. Now flip the palm of the right hand. Put in here whatever you want to release today. And heave ho. Let it go. There goes my defensiveness. Take a breath in. Reach just a little more. Breath out. Inhale pulls us up. Warrior 2. Full breath. Side angle pose. Barely put your weight on that thigh. Let your core hold you. Reach through that left hand. Push the back edge of the mat away with the left foot. Take another breath in and a breath out. Inhale pulls you back up to your warrior 2. Straighten out the right leg. Breath in. Reach out and take it down. Trikonasana. Left hand to the sky. Right hand towards the floor. You can land on your shin or ankle or block. Maybe to the ground. Lean back. You want that left hip on top of the right hip. It sometimes tends to round towards the floor. Pull it back. Another inhale. And exhale. Put a bend in the knees. Inhale pulls you up. Tick-tock in that right foot. Little rest at the side of the mat. Hands to heart center. Feel how amazing you are. You're a spirit being. Having a human experience. You have a special gift called your Shakti. And you have a purpose called your Dharma. And you have a backpack full of karmas, good and bad, to help you reveal that gift. And it's your purpose or Dharma to reveal that gift. Or so the yogis believe. Take a breath in, hands to the hips. Elbows draw together behind, chin lifts. Take a full inhale. Lean back just a little more on the exhale. And 1 more, breath in. And breath out. Inhale up to neutral, a little bit in the knees. Dive forward. Hands come down under your shoulders. Heel toe a little wider. Let the head hang towards the floor. And let the back of your legs open up, slightly pigeon-toed here. Breath in. Breath out. And 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale takes a half lift. Walk around to the front of the mat. Step your right foot back to meet your left, high plank. Lower down slow, knees, chest, chin. Come on through, find your cobra, shoulders back, heart forward, breath in. Curl your toes under, push up and back, downward facing dog. And press into this one, let it open up a little more. Starting to warm up. Now our left leg will go up high. Reach it up high, knee to nose tuck, bring it in. Back up high. Twisted dog, move the knee around in circles. And if you would like, flip on over, let that left foot find the floor, lift your hips high, head drops back. Take a breath in, breath out. Swing it back around, left leg up high. Step up to the top of the mat, back foot swivels down, come up for your warrior two on this side. And we sink into the lunge. Wings come out. Soften your gaze. Strong arms, soft shoulders. Take a breath in and a breath out. Now flip the palm of that left hand, another heave-ho, releasing something today. Let it go. Come back up through warrior two and on into side angle pose. Just a gentle rest on that thigh. Right arm's reaching to the front of the mat. Sink into the lunge. Take another breath in. These are beautiful. Big breath out. Inhale, pulls you back up to your warrior two. Straighten the left leg. Take a full inhale, reach out, and take it on down. Triangle pose. And lean back, open up, take a breath in. Big breath out. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. Then we pull ourselves back up through our warrior two. Tick-tock in that left foot. Hands to heart center and just pause. And that backpack of karmas. If we don't clear our patterns, called samskaras, then they return with us time and time again, and we keep creating a repetition of that same occurrence in our life. And they create more karmas to carry around in our backpack. So let yourself dig into that backpack and take a look at what karmas you're carrying around. Good ones as well as bad ones. It's often the bad ones we don't want to take a look at. Take a breath in and hands to the hips on the breath out. Now, toes out, heels in, booty drops down, Devasana, goddess pose. And then slide your hands down to the tops of your knees and drop that right shoulder in as you push that right knee away. And then come back up through neutral and drop the left shoulder in. And you do that back and forth, dropping each time just a little bit deeper, keeping your booty down low. It should be down by the knees. And then we'll come in through a neutral position. Keep the booty down, but take the arms up, elbows as high as the shoulders. It's a tough one. Hang in there. Breath in, breath out. And again, inhale and exhale, elbows up. Now tiptoe up onto the right foot and set that heel down. And then tiptoe up onto the ball of the left foot and down. And then double time if you can. Keep the booty down, heels up, and both heels down. Hands come down. Straighten out your legs, hands to heart center again, and just pause. Feel how beautiful you are. Amazing. You have Shakti. I'm excited for the world to learn that they have Shakti, to understand it in concept and utilize it. We've been focused on our intelligence, thinking that's our gift. It's part of it, but it's really a tool for the Shakti. Take a breath in, release the hands on the breath out. Gather in peaches, wide sweep to the sky, all the way up. Gather the energy of the sun, bring it to heart center as you drop back into that squat. Then reach down and gather the earth's energy, gather the fruit, and pull it to your heart. Sink in a little deeper. Take your hands out in front, make the chin mudra, thumb and index fingers touching, and then circle around a little protective orb, keeping you safe, and then drop a little deeper in. Take a breath in, breath out. If you have any extra, we offer it up. So we take our hands out in front and straighten the legs, offer it up. Hands back in heart center and pause. We're going to do that 2 more times. Release the hands by the side. Wide sweep to the sky. Gather the energy of the sun, our star. Bring it to your heart. Take a breath in, and then reach down and grab the fruits from the earth with kindness and respect and gratitude. Hold it at the heart. Take another breath in, sink a little deeper. Hands come out in front. Circle of light around us to protect ourselves. Sink a little deeper in. Hands come out in front. Offer up the extra. Straight to the sky. Hands to heart center. Pause. Remind yourself of your intention as you're working with this. Release the hands by the side. Last one. Wide sweep to the sky. Gather the energy of the sun. Bring it to your heart. Empower yourself. Reach down and grab the grounding energy from the earth and hold it at your heart. Empower yourself. Hands come out in front. Circle of light comes around to protect. Sink a little deeper into your squat. Take a breath in. Breath out. Hands come out in front. Offer up for the good of the whole. Any extra that you have. Hands come into heart center. Turn it out to warrior two at the front of the mat. Take a giant step up to standing. Samastitihi. All things balance in the heart. That little Qigong exercise, or Tai Chi, I guess it is, allows us to dwell in our heart. We fuel ourselves. We get the external energy from the heavens, and we get the grounding earth energy from our Ma. And then we also give it out, our extra. We fuel ourselves, protect ourselves, and we share ourselves. Take a breath in. Release the hands. Wide sweep to the sky, all the way up, and a dive through center, all the way through, forward fold. Half lift, flatten out. Exhale, fold back in. Plant your hands, both feet go back, high plank. Take a full inhale and an exhale. Now you can do the modified plank by taking your right knee down. Otherwise, rotate onto the razor edge side of the right foot. Right hand on the right shoulder, left hand to the sky. See if you can scissor that top leg. Take a breath in, breath out. One more inhale, come back around, high plank. Switch sides, left hand under left shoulder. Razor edge side of left foot or left knee down. Right hand to the sky, lean back and open up. Maybe scissor that top leg. Breath in, breath out. Come back around, high plank. Full inhale, lower down, slow. Knees, chest, chin. Find your way into cobra, rise up. Double time now. You're going to take your hands off and your feet off for a variation of Shalambhasana. Float everything up. Pubic bone down. Take a breath in. Breath out. And again, inhale. Hands down, feet down. Press to the earth, push up and back, child's pose. Knees are wide, toes touch behind, bum towards the heel, and then palms to the sky. Science and spirit are not opposite ends of the spectrum. They're circular. It's the alpha and the omega. They come together. They merge. And the more we learn about science, the more we realize this is true. And you can choose a side to study, dive into the spiritual practices and study. It'll eventually lead you to science. Or you can dive into the science side and it'll eventually lead you to the spirit. Look at Tesla and Einstein and many others. The deeper they got into the scientific side of things, the more they realized the spiritual side. Einstein said, logic gets you from A to B, but imagination takes you everywhere. And let's just plant our hands out again so we can curl toes under bum to the sky one more time here. And then our right leg's going to go up and swoop on in for our pigeon. When we get in the saddle, open our heart to the sky, take a full inhale, and then come on down, and we melt into this hip. Option for a reverse pigeon Laying on your back in your figure four, that right foot over left knee. Pull the left thigh towards you. And if you're in forward pigeon, we want to keep trying to melt towards the floor. Letting our chest come down as close to the earth as we can, letting our forehead rest to something so we don't have tension in our neck. And then we breathe as if we could breathe in and out through that right side pocket. Imagine that you're breathing there. Your inhale comes in through that tight spot in that right hip and nourishes, and your exhale releases some of the heavy energy that we hold here in our hips, our heavy emotions. A lot of our stubbornness and our pride and our insecurity, our defensiveness, our jealousies, all the things that we're not proud of when they rear their ugly heads because they hold us back and keep us small. They limit us. When we get angry or when we get anxious, it's very limiting to that Shakti potential. How's your Shakti going to move through the channel if you've got a big dam there? A big dam of insecurity or a big dam of jealousy or a big dam of self-righteous indignation. So we move it. We own it and we move it. So maybe one of the best places to begin our compassion practice is with ourselves. Understanding ourselves by being compassionate. And forgiving ourselves for our wrongdoings. Learning a lesson from it and moving on. Let's take one more big breath in and a big breath out. Now gently push up. We're going to add on to this from here. Open your heart to the sky, take a breath in, and then you just have a sit down on that right booty and your left leg's going to come out to your side. Bring the right heel in a little closer, and we're going to just start by going forward through your center here, just kind of straight out. And just to whatever edge you have. We're not aiming for the foot. The foot should be out to the side. Our hands are straight out in front of us. We'll get to the foot though. That's part of this. Take another breath in and see if there's a little more give. Just a little more surrender into this. And one more. Inhale. And just coming to your edge on that exhale. Now we'll gently come up enough so that we can start to walk over towards that left leg. And we want to square our torso over the top of it as best we can. So maybe reach with the right hand towards that left calf or ankle, maybe the pinky toe. And then pull yourself forward gently. Chin leads, not the forehead. Let the chin lead so that you're a little longer through that upper back. Take a breath in and a breath out. And one more here. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to let this right hand come all the way up and over to the other side and plant. Turn your left foot down and then wheel on up for wild thing. Lean your head back, open your heart, take a breath in. And then we'll come on out and we'll just swing our legs around behind, coming into tabletop and on into down dog so we can get the other side. Pedal out your feet, dangle the head, let everything kind of awaken again. And then our left leg starts it. So it goes up high and then we swoop it on in for pigeon. So again, if you'd like, lay on your back, figure four. We get in the saddle, open our heart to the sky, take a breath in, and then we slowly come on down for sleeping pigeon on this side. And we're letting our imagination breathe us through that left hip.
Wherever you take your awareness, the prana goes there, your life force energy. So if you're efforting to soften this hip and you just focus on it, then the prana will flow there. And we can imagine that we're clearing and cleansing through our inhale and exhale right there at that left hip. And that same concept of having a good hard look at what's blocking our channel. Your spiritual gift, the Shakti, is your coiled potential that sits at the base of the spine, and as you go through your life experiences, as you maturate, it begins to uncoil itself and move through your central channel to the crown chakra. And you can have like chutes and ladders, two steps forward, one step back, all throughout the life. But ultimately, we want it to move through this central channel, and the dams or the blocks that can prohibit that Shakti from moving is our own shizzle. It's our fears, which usually manifest into addictions. It's our guilts and shames. It's our worry and anxiety and insecurity and arrogance. It's our anger and our bitterness and our jealousy, our grief to an extent. It's important to grieve, but not stay in it for our lifetime. Our sorrow, our loneliness and depression, our lies, our false sense of reality, our hallucinations, our materialism, our superficiality. These are all blocks, dams that keep you from your potential. And you are your best healer, loving yourself compassionately, radical self-love. Take a breath in, big breath out, and one more. Inhale and exhale. Good job, yogis. Gently push up. Remember, we have those add-ons here. So we sit down on our left side, and you just kind of bring that right leg out. So you're making an L with your legs. Bring the left heel a little closer to that left inner thigh, and we come to the center mark. The foot is flexed on that right side. That protects your low back a little bit. And sides are different. You may have had a little more give on one side than the other. Even though we're coming down to center, you feel this in your hamstrings and your inner thighs. Take another breath in and see if you've got a little more. And then one more inhale and fold into your edge on the exhale. And we'll take 3 breaths here at the edge point. Inhale fully. Exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. And one more time. Breath in and breath out. And then we lift up just enough so we can hand over hand make our way to this right side, trying to square our torso over the right leg, maybe reaching with the left hand to the outer edge. Take a breath in and then come down into your fold on the exhale. Inhale and exhale. And one more time. Breath in and breath out. And then that left hand comes up like a rainbow, goes around to the other side. We let that right foot press down and reach up. Wild thing on this side. Lean your head back, let your heart open, throat open. One more big breath in, and we'll bring that back down. Swing our legs around again to the back side, and then have a sit on your heels. Take our palms up for a moment and just tune in. Tune in to that central channel. It has a name, Sushumna Nadi. Nadi, N-A-D-I, means river. You have 72,000 rivers of energy in your subtle body anatomy. They're kind of like arteries or veins, but they move energy. And the yogis have diagnosed this for thousands of years. And it's moved into Eastern medicine with meridians and acupuncture points. And those little points in the yogic tradition are called marmas. And you have 108 marma points where those 72,000 rivers intersect. And they're major points in your body. And of those 108, 7 of them are grand, and they're called chakras. They're major intersecting points. And those 7 chakras sit in the largest river of all, Sushumna Nadi. And you're just attuning to it and letting them open and removing the blocks and the dams in your river by loving yourself and respecting yourself and appreciating yourself so much. Now let your wings come out to the side, and you're going to take like a phoenix rising, and where you just rise up and clasp your hands, and take them overhead, and take a little lean back here. Breath in and a breath out. And then let your hands come to your wrists or your hips and bring the elbows together behind and chin up. So now you're in Ustrasana, camel's pose. And this is like kind of phase 1 of it, and it's a good heart opener, especially if you pull those shoulders onto your back a little more and lift the chin just slightly. Now if you want to go a little deeper, keep pressing the hips forward, let the head drop back so the chin's straight up to the sky. And maybe reach back for that right heel, take the left hand to the sky for a half full camel, half full. And then come back up and just switch it out, take the left hand back, right hand to the sky, head drops back. And then if you want to go full, let that right hand come around and grab both heels, shift those hips forward, take a breath in and a breath out, and one more, inhale and exhale. And come back up and have another sit on your heels. Palms up and tune in. Sometimes just that huge heart opener through the whole torso, really. It's a nice back bend for the whole stretch of that river from the root to the crown. You can feel some things loosen up. Some of those little dams start to break. And this is a good time to flow that intention through your channel. Imagine that it's moving through from the root to the crown. Those positive words you've chosen today to help you with that positive image. A mantra that's on the music right now is Soham. It means I am that. That I am. And that is the cosmic oneness, the whole spiritual energy of all creation. Soham. Let's come on down to the floor. You can swing your legs around to the front, press your feet to the earth, scooch you towards the top of your mat, and take a slow roll all the way back. And once you get down to the ground, let's hug our knees into the chest and give ourselves a good squeeze. And then we could take our feet to the sky and hook our peace fingers on the big toes or palms of the hands to the soles of the feet and pull down for dead bug. Your knees are pretty wide for that, and a good deep bend in those knees. Tuck your chin towards your chest so your cervical spine flattens out to the earth. And press your low back kidneys towards the ground to flatten out the lumbar. And then maybe we go double wide, taking our legs out to the side and just gently rocking side to side, loving on our low back a little bit. Second chakra, one of the ones that's most riddled in our Western culture. Most people have blockages in second chakra. Then bring your feet in
Bring your knees in, hug in tight. One more time. Keep the right knee hugged in, left leg goes long to the ground, both feet flexed. Big breath in as you squeeze on that breath out. And then we'll shoot our hips over to the right and drop our knee over to the left and cactus or our right arm and look out to the right. Take a full inhale and twist a little deeper on the exhale. And again, breath in and breath out. Feels good to rinse and wring out that major river of energy. It's a little twisty for it. And then come on out, we'll point that right leg up high, draw a line all the way down. Hug the left knee in, give it the extra good squeeze. This is so good that you do your practice, yogis, in all the ways for your mind, body, and spirit. Sometimes it's so rote, we just get on our mat and do our thing, and we don't really realize what we're doing. Now take your twist. We just go through the motions of it. But even on those days when you're not really connecting to the asana or the teachings or the breath work, you're still moving energy and opening channels and connecting to source, even when you don't realize it. So good job. Take a full breath in, twist a little deeper on the breath out. And two more. Inhale, exhale, and last one. Breath in and breath out. And we come on out of the twist. Point that left leg up high. Draw a line all the way down. Let yourself settle in for your Shavasana. Of course, if there's any other poses you would like before you come into final rest, feel free. Permit yourself to do that. I'm going to move us into the singing bowls now. So will be the backdrop. And just let yourself receive the vibration from the bowls. It really helps to clear some of those blockages. It works on such a subtle level, but it aligns you with the natural rhythm of the cosmos and pushes through those dams in your rivers.
Okay, yogis. Take your time. Little wiggles in your fingers and toes, coming back into your beautiful bodies. And as you're ready, you can move into that full stretch with the arms overhead and point and flex the toes. Feels good in the body. And hug your knees into your chest and give yourself a good hug. That radical self-love. And then just roll to your side in fetal position. Remind yourself of your intention. You want to continue to work with it throughout the day. Take it into your prayers, into your dream time, and the little moments in between all your myriad thoughts. Let this cut a new groove. And then when you're ready, push back up into seated, hands to heart center. And just a moment of gratitude for this ancient practice that helps us be who we were designed to be, to remove the obstacles in our own path so that we can be shining souls, ultimately to help one another shine as well. And we'll seal our practice together with the sound of Om. Take a big breath in and a big breath out, and inhale to Om. All that is good and light in me honors and recognizes all that is good and light in each of you beautiful souls. I bow to you all. Namaste.
With great respect and love, in my heart, my ever teacher.
Jai.
Namaste.
Thank you, yogis. Have an awesome Friday. Do good things. You can plant inside. I'm going to do that. Start some little seeds inside, just not outside. There's 2 more spots for the watercolor meditation workshop if you're interested in doing that. Unfortunately, we can only take 10 right now, but Thaddeus, whose art is out here, the vibrational stuff that we'll do in the workshop is on this wall. And then he's got 2 blackbirds that are a little more intricate over there on the beginning of that wall on the other side, just to get a taste of his art. And the workshop's on the website for more information. But you'll do a little meditation. You're going to do it to the hertz of 432, which is a vibration, and your watercolor is going to go to that. It's cool. And you don't have to be good. You can just show up and you'll make art and it'll be good. And then there's also a sound healing on the 9th with a new member to our community. They are in the YTT and they have a doctorate in music composition, and turns out they said they do sound baths, and I was like, what? Wow. And they showed me a little bit of what they do, and I'm like, okay, can you do one on Friday the 9th? So check them out. What's that?
I needed the reminder, I read it.
They fill up so fast because we can only take 10. Right. Bye, Nora. Have a good day. Bye at home, too, everybody. Carrie Ann in Brazil, happy Friday to you, too. Say hello to Brazil.